So guys, we're over at Wolf Fabrication. Now Wolf Fabrication is where all the boxes and the rear ends of the Titanium Caravans are made.
Wow.
So we've come over and Jason's going to introduce me to the floorman or the manager that's here, and we'll go through and we'll just talk about how they actually make their product. So come on in and we'll have a look.
So we'll come across the Wolf. This is basically another part of our production line. It's off-site. It's a metal fabrication business that we started because we just felt the quality of the gear getting around wasn't up with the van. So now we can make our toolboxes in-house, the rear bars, the dust suppression systems, those fancy fridge doors. There's a long list of things we can make in-house, and a lot of it used to have to come from overseas. Yeah, so we're making more of the van in Australia, and that's what we want. We want to make it as Australian made as we possibly can. So it starts here with the laser. This machine cuts all the parts out. The cutting head is 0.2 mil wide. It runs on barbecue and tomato sauce, yeah. But is it running? So one of the advantages of having the laser in-house, because you can just outsource this, is, especially with R&D, we can draw something upstairs, cut it out, fold it, doesn't work, redraw it and cut it again as often as we like. Before we had our own laser, you'd wait sometimes 2 weeks to get something and realise it's no good. You have to redraw it, wait another 2 weeks. So it just speeds up the whole production process. If we have a mistake or we scratch something at titanium, we can quickly cut it, fold it, get it powder coated and keep moving. Before we get to this stage, obviously someone must sit upstairs somewhere, goes, right, we want to design a new box or a new rear end, come up with the ideas, put it on paper, obviously talk about it sort of thing. So there's a bit goes on before it comes to cutting it out. And it's all done in SolidWorks. So we can open and close doors, we can open and close drawers, and we can simulate the weight of the item. So we normally know what it's going to weigh before we make it, or we can look at an item and just improve it and reduce weight out of an item we've already made. So that's something we do a lot, is we keep refining the products we have and reducing their weights or making them better and stronger as we go. Okay, and who generally comes up with the ideas? Like, is it you being on the road testing it? No, they're not always mine. But yeah, I'm the one out there breaking things and ringing up saying that's shit, that shouldn't have happened. But no, it's a mix of, like I said, there's a lot of people here that have bought a van. So there's a lot of people working here that are just, they live it and breathe it, and we're all coming up with ideas all the time. Now, even I get told that's a shit idea, Jace. So, no, there's no, what do I say? I'm not Mr. Burns. Everyone's not going, yeah, Jason, that's a good idea. No, everyone throws their ideas out, and there's no self-esteem. You get shut down if it's shit. If it's good, we make it, we have a go. Sometimes it comes out really good, sometimes it doesn't. But no, we're always throwing our ideas into the hat and seeing if they'll work. We're always trying to improve everything as much as we can. And it's a good environment to be in. So after the parts are cut, then we go to fold them. So these are a very fancy form of brake press. They're called a CNC 5-axis brake press. Your part goes in and it folds, but the bend is programmed. So all your backstops move in, out and upwards for the next fold. And the boys will have on their screens, toolbox, fold 1, fold 2, fold 3, fold 4, and the photo will move around as they go. And it's highly accurate. They still need to change their tooling a lot of the time. I didn't understand why this shit was so expensive until I personally got on the brake press and started operating it and realised this shit takes a long time. And if you get anything slightly wrong, that part then goes in the bin. You've got to go upstairs, get Russell, can you cut out this one part for me? Because I ruined one part of your whole job. And then we've got this brand new machine here, which is a Lamborghini of brake presses. So we're getting some training on this at the moment. It's going to allow us to make more complex parts, but it should also help us speed up the folding process, which is the big bottleneck in our business right now. Where do these machines come from? Germany or somewhere? Or? Germany, Turkey, and then back to Germany. So they're not cheap. No. Laser cutting aluminium is probably the hardest metal to cut out. Our first laser didn't cut aluminium like they said they would, and they had to refund us, and we had to spend double the amount we wanted to be able to do it. So it's a massive investment, this room, to the industry and to the titanium product. I could be mortgage free, but I'm not.
Well, they sinks or something, are they?
Yeah, they're sinks for the kitchen.
Right.
They're kitchens. So then, yeah, we move really around. After everything's bent, the boys start assembling things, or welding. But we want to avoid welding as much as possible because welds are a risk. If we can bolt it together or rivet it together, it's a lot better than welding it. So we'll always try and be clever with the way we fold things over one another and save welding, so we can just rivet and bolt them together. Because if a weld goes wrong for you out in the middle of the nowhere, you can't fix it. If a rivet pops, you can just put a new one in and keep going. But we've found it's a lot stronger to rivet aluminium than weld it. You can overlap it, put as many rivets as you like, and she's not going anywhere. These boys are in here doing a little bit of welding. So you got the dust reduction systems, fridge doors going together.
And you guys send this stuff to other places as well, don't you? Not just titanium.
A couple, but we really at capacity, and we want to keep a lot of the good things exclusive to titanium anyway.
Yep.
So these guys are making some drawer slides to get away from the conventional drawer slides that weigh a lot. So they'll go in the premium box where the drawer goes 3/4 out one way, 3/4 out the other way. What's going in your van? Got some toolboxes getting put together here, some regular doors. There's parts everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the latest, one of the last things that we've just had put in was the powder coating and coatings area. So we want to do all of the powder coating in-house. We're doing the powder coating at the moment, but the coatings like your X-Guard and your Raptor-Coat sort of products, we're not doing yet, but we're getting close. You can feel the heat coming out of that oven. It's nice in winter. So we're just trying to make as much of this van Australian made, and it's just handy having this business. Like we can, like, they're diesel heat covers, diesel tank covers. Make everything here. The list of items to make just keeps getting bigger. We can't keep up with, because over at the factory you'll just say, oh, we can make that as well, and we can make this.
Yep.
And it just keeps going and going.
Yeah, right. How'd you just come up with the logo for Wolf?
Basically just jumped on the internet and tried to find something good that we could modify. It was a pain in the arse. It was a massive debacle. Yeah. No one could agree, because it's hard, because you need it to be laser cuttable.
Yeah, thanks, Jace. Really appreciate that.
No worries at all.
What we're seeing now is obviously it's not imported from China and all that. It's actually made here in Australia, made down here in Melbourne, and you guys assemble it all, send it out of the factory, and then it goes into your van.
Yeah.
So, as you're saying, mainly Australia, or mostly Australian made.
We keep finding products on the van that we can stop buying from overseas and we can make here, and it just makes a lot of sense.
Well, one thing I will say is, obviously, you pay for what you get. So if you want quality, you've got to pay a bit more sort of thing.
It does cost a little bit more.
Now, because it's made in Australia, that's why some of the prices are, people go, oh, I can't justify spending that amount of money. But if you want a quality product that is made here in Australia, you've got to pay for it.
It does. It costs a little bit more, but we're here. When things go wrong, we can pick up the phone, help you fix it, and we're constantly just trying to make it better. Those products coming over from overseas, I'm going to tell you now, I've watched them over the years. They do not change. It's the same stuff, repetition. So we get to make it look good here as well. It looks good, it's going to be better quality, and you're keeping all these boys in a job. It's great.
Yeah, right. All right, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries at all.
All right. So what we're going to do today is we're here at Titanium Caravans in Epping, down in Victoria. What we're going to do is we're going to take you through the process of actually coming in, having a look at the vans, picking different vans, and then sitting down with one of the staff members and going through the process of ordering a van. Now, it's not that easy, all right, and it can be a little bit stressful for some people. So we'll show you what goes on. We've just come in, we've parked our car up in the visitors car park. We're going to go inside and we'll see one of the staff members and we'll take you through it. So come on in. Yeah, so as I said outside, we've come inside and we're going to take you through the process of your first steps in ordering a van. I have Kish here with us. How are you, Kish?
Good, thanks Dave. How are you?
No worries. Can you just explain what your job is here or what you actually do?
Yeah, sure. I am part of the customer service and sales team. So I will sell caravans, and when it comes time to building their caravan, I will take them through the process of doing their colours, finalising all of the specs for their build, and then taking them through the process of their van actually getting built and then picking up the caravan.
Okay, now you have your website, titanium.com.au, is it?
Yeah,
or
titaniumcaravans.com.au.
And you're located in Epping, in what's the road or the street out the front?
This is 595 Edgars Road, Epping.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you're looking for where Titanium are, that's where you'll find them. Okay, so we've walked in. Now we want to go and have a look at some vans, so show us the process.
Come through. This is probably the most full you'll see our showroom. We're struggling for room at the moment. We've got all of our models here, so S1, S2, S3, S4, and we've got our new hybrid model here as well.
Can you just roughly give us a rundown on the difference between S1, S2, S3, S4?
Yep.
What the differences in them is?
So S1 is our base model caravan. Comes with like a standard battery system, standard water tanks. There's not really much you can change or modify to it, so it's stock standard caravan for caravanners that are just starting. S2 is our single axle caravans, so ranges from 15 foot through to 18 foot. S3 is our hardcore, previously known as our hardcore. They've got an XT suspension, pretty stock standard, which is what most of our customers purchase. And then S4 is our previously known as hardcore ATX, which is our top of the range model. Bigger battery system, ATX suspension, airbags, hot dip gal chassis, TDR, yeah.
Okay, and for those that don't know what a TDR is, it's a titanium dust reduction system.
Yep.
So it positively pressurizes your van and just keeps all that red dirt and stuff out when you're out scrub.
Yep.
Another quick one for you while we're on it. Sizes. What is the smallest and what is the biggest?
So the smallest van we do is a 15 foot, and the largest van we do is a 24 foot van.
24. Okay, cool. But I think I seen that on the website the other night. I think that's a bunk van, twin doors or something.
Yeah, that's one of our new models. We haven't manufactured one of them yet.
Okay.
So that would be pretty exciting to see one of them come through the line.
Well, I actually looked at that and I thought I would rip the bunks out and either have an office study or you could push it down and just have a bigger bathroom sort of thing. It'd be, but it's a big van and you need a big rig to tow it.
Correct.
Anyway, let's continue on and just show us a few of your vans and what you...
Is there anything you'd be interested in looking at?
Okay, well for us being a couple, we prefer vans without bunks.
Yeah, sure.
But obviously people with kids and that are going to want a van with bunks. So if you just show us one or two of either van.
Cool. So this one here is an S3, so previously known as the hardcore. This is a 22'6" quad bunk layout, so 4 beds, rear ensuite.
Do you have a van at all?
I don't have a van.
Do you go camping?
No.
Do you have a favourite van though, even though you don't have one?
Yeah, that little baby 15 footer.
Yeah, right.
So cute. So you got your L-shaped lounge, your queen east-west bed, and then kitchen.
They've come a long way, the vans, from in the past,
have.
especially with the finishes and the sinks and the flooring. Like they're so much nicer these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do get to choose your floor, your upholstery, cabinetry, sinks like tapware, and outside, so cladding, checker plate, and decals.
It's gone. You're going away from the checker plating to this.
Yeah, we're going to phase out the checker plate and move for all of our vans to have the X-Card flat plate. This is a 19.6 front door. It has been customised a little bit, so the customers opted for a king bed, when normally it would have a queen island bed.
Yep.
And then the lounge, they've made it like a really big L-shaped lounge. This table can also be dropped down. We give you a tick cushion the size of the table to make it into another bed.
I've seen a fair few of these type, but the thing is, I like my little cupboard and hanging space, so I prefer the island bed as opposed to this style of bed.
Yeah.
But I can see bigger people and longer people probably want the bigger bed sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the bed is square, so you can sleep either way, north, south, or east, west.
Okay.
And yeah, you get some couples being like, oh, I want my own robe on the side, and then some couples are like, no, I'm happy to sacrifice that and opt for the bigger bed.
So we've looked at a van, we've decided, yes, we want a van.
Yeah.
Now, do we sit down with like a little tablet or something and say, right, well, we want it to be this length, we want to have a fan, we want extra Siroccos, or we want extra lithium or titanium, like is that? Okay, so...
Yeah. So we can either go upstairs and you choose your floor plan, and then you can tell me what extras you want. I'll write you up a quote and then give you that quote, and then if it's looking all good and you want to go ahead with it, we can go ahead with it. If you want to make any modifications, you can do that as well.
Okay, so once we've decided what we want, is that when you take us upstairs and show us colours and all that? Because obviously that's going to come into play with extras and with extra costing and stuff like that, upgrades, Okay, so would you like to take us and show us the next steps? I do know that one thing that you guys have down here is where you have a big display on the floor of a layout of your van, so you can actually walk in and have a look around. Do you want to talk a bit about that and show us?
Yeah, come through. So we've got a big projector bank here.
Wow, that's cool.
So we can display on the floor your floor plan.
So is this life size to scale, or is it?
To scale, yeah, life size. So displayed on the floor right now is an 18-foot 8 couples bed.
So you can pretty much walk in it.
Yeah, that's what all of our customers do. Yeah, walking through the step. And a 20-foot 6 club lounge. That's this.
And all the bedding, so that's the actual size of your bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Your feet are hanging over the end. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Now you're fit.
Right. That's a pretty cool idea. How long have you had this for?
Ever since we opened up the dealership, so since August last year.
With this, can you change the colours, like go, say, a black couch or a white couch? Can you do that or not?
I can't do this on this application yet.
Okay, right. Because that'd be a cool thing if you could come in and go, right, I want this colour flooring, this colour benches and that.
Yeah.
You'd be able to go, okay, well, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on something like that.
How cool.
Excellent.
Do many people lie on the floor?
A lot of people lie on the floor, and almost 99% of the customers walk through the step.
Oh.
All right, let's go and have a look at some colours and
Yeah.
some bits and pieces. Okay, so what do we have here, Kish?
So this is our consulting room. So when customers come in for their appointment 4 months out from their build, we sit up here and we take them through to choose all of their colours. So we've got bench tops here, flooring, splashbacks, outside, so cladding and then checker plate or flat plate, but we'll be phasing these two out.
Yep.
Upgrade splashbacks. Upholstery, there's 3 different types in here. So there's 2 vegan microfiber leathers, and then there's a genuine leather. So you can kind of feel which one's genuine leather and which isn't. The genuine leather is softer.
The genuine leather. So we must have that one, I think.
And then cabinetry. So there's matte and gloss cupboards in there.
Do you have a, is there like a particular colour that everybody tends to go towards, or is everybody, obviously everyone's different, but you must have like a scheme that most people go, oh yeah, that's me.
Yep, I can show you. So fawn is our most popular upholstery colour. Natural Bartolino is our most popular bench top. Either, classic oak, I'd say. which is what you'd see in most of our stock vans downstairs. That. Either gold or brushed nickel tapware. So,
You're right.
and then just matte white cupboards.
Yeah, right. So that's, I guess, an overlay, so you can just get an idea of what it all mix and matches like.
Yeah. So we'd usually just do that, and then when customers do choose their colours, we just get them to take a photo.
Yeah, right.
Just get a splashback.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And how many, well, it's probably hard to say, but how often do people come in and do this process?
Probably consistently 2 to 3 a week, every week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, once we've organised and we've gone, right, these are the colours that we want,
Yeah.
and we've done all that,
Yeah.
we sort of do all the paperwork, and then
Yeah.
you said 4 months before the build date, you
Yes.
get in contact with them again.
Yeah.
Now, from there, is it where they make any final changes or adjustments and then
Yes.
sign it all off?
Yes, so at that 4-month appointment, it's when customers come in to finalise all of their colours and finalise all the specifications on their build. So if there's anything that they wanted to change that they chose initially on their quote, we can do that. And then, so what we do is we type up an order form. And then once the customer's happy with that order form, we send it to our factory. And then the factory will come back to us with plans, specs and elevations catered to the customer. And then we send that to the customer to review. The customer can still change things at that process.
Yep.
And then it's not until the customer's happy is once they sign off on the actual specs. And then we send it off to the factory again for final sign off. And then that's when the customer can't make any changes.
Okay, now obviously there's people out there like us that
Yeah.
like to make changes. One thing
Yeah.
I've found with titanium
Yeah.
is that they've been very acceptable and accommodated some of our wants and needs.
Yeah.
As I spoke to Jason at the factory the other day, there's certain things that you cannot change.
Yeah.
But that's one good thing I found with titanium is that it's not just you'll have this, this and this, or you won't have it at all. You do allow a little bit of change.
Yes, we do allow a little bit of customization to an extent, and we're happy to work with the customer to, achieve their dream build.
Okay, no worries. And how long have you worked here for?
I've worked here for 2.5 years now.
All right. And were you in the caravan industry before?
Absolutely not. No, I was working at Bunnings prior to this, and I
Yeah.
had no idea about caravans, and now I know caravans like the back of my hand.
What do you prefer, tools or caravans?
Caravans.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thanks for your time, Kish.
No worries.
Really appreciate
Nice to
that.
meet
And
you.
yeah, guys, if you're down in Melbourne and you want to come and have a look, come out to Epping, as I said. Ros will put down the address down below, and come on out and meet Kish, and yeah, hit her up and say, hey, I want to be in. No worries. Hey, look who's back. It is me, yes. I see last week Ros tried to take over my throne. Fortunately, I was out with a few mates on a 4-day bender, so Ros had to step up to the plate. She got a few good comments though. A lot of people liked the old reptile dysfunction. I thought it was funny myself, but the pig in a hot tub? As if that would ever happen. Anyway, it's that time again, joke time with Dave. This joke comes in from Luke Mallon. He sent it in the other day and we had a bit of a laugh at it. Anyway guys, hey Ros,
Yes, Dave.
I went to the supermarket the other day to buy a chicken to make some sandwiches.
Yeah?
Turns out it wasn't a good idea.
Why not?
Because all it does is walks around the backyard clucking and shitting everywhere. Catches.